Alright, we're going to talk a little bit about research. This is an alternate account that I made in a different kingdom from my Captain account. Um, but it gives me a little bit of more leeway as to what I show you guys. So, research is super important. It's one of the three legs of the Holy Trinity. And you're going to hear me say that a lot. The Holy Trinity is gear, research, troops. The right gear, the right research, the right troops, you can accomplish anything. Um, so, if you're doing as a free to play player, logistics is going to be big for you. Economy is going to be big for you. Free to play or hybrid. I like to call myself a hybrid player. Because I do spend money on the game, but I spend a whole lot less than some others. Um, but the logistics and economy tree are going to be for sure essential if you're a free to play player. And we'll just take a look at the logistics here. Your force march is march versus creatures, which is going to help you with farming. Okay, farming caravans. And event creatures, of course. Expedite planning is going to be an important one, and I'm going to go ahead and start that one because this is a mostly free account on this one. Um, but your march speed versus resources is going to be critical since farming is going to play a big part in this one, in this kind of an account. Of course, you want your construction speed as high as possible. Troop load. Not exactly something that a pay to play player would necessarily need, but it is definitely something that a free account is going to need. Alright? Endurance is going to be important for you. This is also something important for the pay to play because as you get to the later stages, K almost as soon as you start using bricks. So, but really like K 15, 16 and up, maybe even 12, 13, the brick caravans are going to be your friend. The pine caravans, um, pale shards and scholarly fragments as well. Because solid research is definitely something that's a must-have. Um, but your endurance, your stamina regeneration is going to help both types of accounts. Um, so is triage. That's going to increase your wounded capacity. All right. Healing is going to increase healing speed. Anything that's going to help you do stuff faster without having to use speed ups and wait for super long is going to be better. Or spend gold. So war supplies important for both types of account. Your rationing is definitely more important for a free to play account. Um, since free to plays tend to have more food and resources on hand, well, especially food on hand, um, the less your troops eat, the better off you're going to be. You know what I mean? Um, and of course, then it goes on. The equipment loadouts, especially for pay to play. Hopefully, you're spending money on gear because it's worth it. And the more loadouts you have, the better off you are. Right now, you're capped at 4. I could probably have 10 slots and use 7 to 8 of them, if not all 10, with different gear combinations for different circumstances. So, your economy is all your in-city stuff and gathering speeds. So, not necessarily so important for pay-to-play players. You know what I mean? But definitely way more important for free-to-pay players. Your storehouse protection is super important, especially if you can't afford bubbles. You're in an allegiance that doesn't have a lot of big spenders or something like that. Whatever your situation happens to be, that you don't have access to a lot of gold on hand to bubble all the time. You can use these to help your gold prospecting. Mine more gold if you use a march for that. For both military and advanced military, those are pretty self-explanatory. Those are going to be your training speeds. Army formations, always important, especially as you get bigger. I would say like T7 and up, when you start diversifying your troops. I definitely recommend cavalry for lower guys, just because it moves faster, it gathers faster, so they're in and out in less time. But this is your march speed. General march speed is going to be in military. I mean, everything in here is going to help you. Stewardship is your march slots. All this is all defense here. This is your health. Fortitude is health. Command is march size. Also important. Stewardship, third march. And of course, the higher you get, the more scholarly fragments, pale steel, and red flakes you're going to need, as well as resources. Command 2, Army Formation 2. This is, so again, they've capped your Army formations at 4. I could probably use 6, I would say would be a good number for myself, but it all depends on how you play as well. Advanced military is going to be all your player versus player, PvP stuff. So this is only going to help when you're attacking another person's keep or another person is attacking your keep. Now, here's something that I've noticed a lot is people think, oh, if I'm just going to go defense, all I want to do is research the defense, or if I want to be a badass and attack people, all I want to do is do research the attack. No. Your military and advanced military tree should be solid. Because in every situation, for the military tree, every situation, and for the advanced military, every player versus player situation, attack, defense, and health all are figured into it. You have to overcome whatever you're attacking, defense and health. Okay. And their attack as well. And their attack will, while they're defending, they're also attacking your troops and killing your guys off. So your defense and your health is important as well, not just your attack. Okay, so you want to remember to focus on all three as far as when it comes to what you're going to research and what kind of gear you want. You want something that buffs all three of whatever troop you're doing. Okay, if it's combat gear. If it's cavalry, you want to make sure you have cavalry attack, cavalry defense, cavalry health, or troop attack, troop defense, troop health. The troop statistics actually work. It's a double effect because you have the 6% overall troop health and then troop whatever, and then it also gives that whatever type of troop you're using another 6%. So you're getting a 12% boost out of that 6% troop attack or health, whatever. If you're defending, you actually get it's 18% because it also gives you 6% defender defense or attack or health if it's a troop attack stat on your gear. So keep that in mind. Always something very important there. But yeah, your research, the one tree that I haven't touched on is the city defense. There's not much in there, okay? So, I mean, strengthening your wall, okay, that's probably a good idea. But all the traps, really, defender defense, important. Murder holes, important. These are two that everybody should focus on. These are fairly worthless, the trap effectiveness and trap attack stuff. In big numbers, traps do their job. The problem with traps is that all you need is one march of siege and you wipe all their traps. They have absolutely no defense against siege engines. That is a siege engine's sole purpose is to, well, they have two purposes. One is to kill traps and the other is to break the wall down. So, don't waste the resources and materials to research those. Just do enough to get to your red priest and the higher levels of murder holes and bulwark in this one. Okay, your red priest is going to be a lifesaver on attack. It's dead troops converted to wounded. Eventually you'll get it all the way up to 20%, I believe. Once you get up to, but you need Maester Tower 26 to even start. So that's T9. So 10% from the first one should be your standard from the time you max it out to the time you hit T9s. Okay? From the time you're able to, which I believe is around 19 or 20. Especially in the beginning, when the research is relatively cheap, the extra maesters are definitely worth the gold if you have it to spend. Because the more you can research, the stronger you are. Research and gear can't ever be taken away from you, okay? They are immobile things. They are stuck with your account, okay? So it doesn't matter if you have 0 troops or 4 million troops, your research is going to be the same. Now, it's going to be multiplied by those 4 million troops and make them hit however much harder or softer depending on what the person that's attacking or defending against you. So, this is R2 Crow's Eye signing off from the Iron Fleet in Kingdom 197 and Kingdom 193. You guys have a great night, smooth sailing, enjoy the game, and hopefully you don't get zeroed.